It's Daybreak on Arise News, and it's time for the press preview. A first look at what's on the front pages as they arrive. We start with this day, and our 2023 presidential ticket open to all, and that's according to the opposition People's Democratic Party, or PDP. They insist no zone will be denied opportunity to contest. Ladol Samsung reach settlement truce may unlock $300 billion investments. And NESG fuel subsidy payments rose 477% to 3.64 trillion naira in 7 years. The Federal Executive Council okays $329 million for railway consultancy supervision services nationwide.
Well, the Punch newspaper this morning, leading with the ruling party, says Lai Aregbesola Yari Keyamo lose out as APC inaugurates state chairman. Abdul Razak, the led group chair, says he's been invited for inauguration and he's in Abuja. However, Abiodun Omogege factions set for inauguration, Amosu and other groups are in limbo. And more stories on the Punch newspaper. The leading picture here, Ogun students protesting abductions, stone police vans and barricade highway. Above the nameplate of the Punch this morning, federal government requests $6 million World Bank loan to fight erosion and others in northern states.
And here's the front page of The Nation. The Nigerian Senate is telling the service chiefs to take battle to the bandits as kidnapped suspects are shot dead after shootout with security operatives on the Benin-Auchi Road.
And in the Tribune newspaper, tension in APC, Buni CECPC inaugurates state excos today. Committee in dilemma over convention dates, and INEC says we are yet to receive notice. More headlines: Oyo Ogun to set up joint border security task force. Makinde Abiodun hold maiden joint security meeting to deploy CCTV on interstate highways.
Let's take a look at some of the foreign papers, if we can. The No More Funding to Level Up UK is the leading headline for the newspaper today.
And the Times, millions of families to get cuts in council tax.
And for the press preview, let's bring in Emmanuel Bello. Good morning, Emmanuel. How are you this morning? And let's start with this day newspaper.
Good morning.
Good morning. Let's start with this day newspaper, leading with the opposition People's Democratic Party. They have said they are not zoning the presidential tickets. All the 6 geopolitical zones have the opportunity to run. And we've seen some groups re-echoing that position of the party. We're expecting more reactions throughout the day, especially one from Peter Obi, who said on Tuesday, and I quote, he says, "I will step into the field to contest for the opportunity to serve this great country as president if the PDP, my party, zones the ticket to the south. But if it's thrown open, Nigerians will also hear from me." What are your thoughts, Emmanuel?
Well, yeah, but this does 2 things to the opposition party. First, there will be, like you noted, Nkechi, there will be a lot of noise and a lot of complaints throughout today. You are going to get many, analysis, because this statement does not, fit into what we read yesterday, where people like Edwin Clark and even, the governor of Rivers State saying, look, this party should zone its presidency to the south. In fact, with even elder statesman Edwin Clark saying nobody from the north should run. It's almost like a command, a directive that, look, don't even think about it, don't run. So with Ibrahim coming out now and saying that, look, well, you see, we are opening our party to all, it does 2 things to them. It increases those agitations and those, protests from people who say the party should zone its ticket. But the other thing it does for them, funny enough again, is that it actually opens up the space for all sorts of people to think that, okay, well, we have got some hopes now in this party. We're not limited, we're not restricted. That could, fetch them more friends and more fans rather than a restrictive zoning system like probably maybe the APC is going to contemplate. Remember that even in this story, the issues of the group that went to visit the deputy national president, of chairman of the party, we're also concerned about issues of competence, efficiency, and the right people to do the job. And those things are not, are not within the zoning equation. So it's just still part of the entire argument about zoning. Some people saying that, look, open this thing for everyone. Let's just get the right person. We've got serious problems at hand. We've got a serious job to do. Let this thing be open to all. That's one argument. The other argument is saying that, no, in a multi-plural society like ours, you need to deliberately decide that a place should receive or should be the power of the presidency should be zoned to a particular place so that some other people too can be presidents in this country. In that story too, you saw the arithmetic of it. All the reporters were looking at the history, the data of how many years this zone or that zone had ruled the country. But Ibrahim is saying that the North has only been in government. I don't even understand that arithmetic for 10 years, while the South has had it for 14 years. But that can be really counted because the figures or the facts on ground does not support that. I think the momentum is that, look, after 8 years of the North being in this saddle, maybe it's time for the South to produce the next president.
And that's the argument put forward by groups such as the Ohanese Indigo, the Igbo Social-Cultural Group, which is insisting that it's time for the South, especially the Southeast, to produce the next president. But Emmanuel, let's turn our attention to security or insecurity, as some other papers are reporting. The front page of The Nation: take the battle to bandits, others. Senate tells service chiefs. The Nigerian Senate doesn't seem impressed with what the security chiefs are doing at the moment, especially because of the arrival of more equipment, such as the fighter jets in recent times, to fight the bandits. They're also talking about, why did we designate bandits to be terrorists if nothing is going to be done to them? We had the session yesterday on the floor of the Senate. Damning messages for the Nigerian service chiefs yesterday.
Yes, and of course for the presidency too, and the federal government, especially this president who practically ran on the issue of security, and that's red meat to the opposition when they go out seeking for votes. They say, look, this president has failed. And it's not just the opposition that seem to be saying this. You have strong voices. Governor Zulum the other day, practically slamming the presidency for not doing enough and crying out that even parts of his state have been overrun. You have the Zamfara state. And these are not even the opposition. These are governors of the ruling party. The Senate president is, of course, is of the APC. At his birthday, he had strong, very fiery words for the president and was saying that, look, something has to be done about security. So this is another attempt by the Senate to actually, in the past, they've said things like, look, if you have to engage in technology, if we are going to do more funding, you have to give us a blueprint. But now also commanding the service chief to do something about it and to take the war to the bandit. It's curious that the service chief needs to be told this. You will assume that because of the dire situation we're in, everybody should be up and doing to solve a problem. But here you have it, the Senate directing the service chief to take the battle to the bandit. Where else would they be taking the battle to, if not to the bandits? So we're seeing, and then of course some cheering news yesterday of some people apprehended and everything. Every now and then you see reports of some winning by the federal government of bandits who have been bombed or kidnappers who have been apprehended, but those are actually far and in between. So what the Senate is looking for is something that looks like an outright war on terror, and from what the funding they're doing, the equipment, the technology they're deploying, they believe strongly that this is a war that can be fought, and not just fought, but can be won.
In the Tribune newspaper, Emmanuel, 10,444 vehicles fail Lagos State computerized inspection test. Less vehicles for that state and improved traffic. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm sure, because and it's a good thing that technology is being employed now in this whole in this whole thing, at least to check the maintenance of traffic in Lagos, which has not just slow transportation, but some people will say even slow down the economy, because if you look at a story that we had here one time, where it said that if you live in Lagos for how many years, you will have spent some substantial parts of your life in traffic, and this at a time that can be spent for other useful means. So this is a good story, a developing story that we need to actually put our eyes on and see how it's taken further from there.
And Emmanuel, on the Punch newspaper, a very chaotic headline focusing on the APC and the inauguration that potentially will happen today in Abuja. It says, Lai Mohammed Arebeshola Yari Keyamo lose out as APC inaugurates state chairman. Inauguration unfortunate. Some factions are lamenting and warning the APC against contempt of court. Other factions are in limbo. They are saying the people that are going to be inaugurated are already in Abuja. How controversial, scattered, and chaotic is this looking, Emmanuel?
Well, I think the Tribune newspaper really captured its tension in APC, and the Punch is following it up effectively by actually bringing out those what is causing the tension, in clear terms. You have it just looking at the story itself on the front page. You understand what's going on. It's the fact that governors are having the upper hand in those state congresses that they had. We saw reports from Monday where clearly there are fears that even the convention on the 26th may not be able to hold. It is just all part of the crisis of the ruling party itself in not getting its act together. They've not even touched on the issue of where or who is going to be national chairman, or whether they're going to actually use consensus and all that. They also have issues of whether where they're going to zone. The PDP seem to be getting its act together. It's already saying that, look, it's opening up the space for everyone. The report we just had at the start of the program. So it's the APC now that is actually grappling with a whole lot of things. And today, what the exercise they're going to have will either make or mar the party, because the party has made up its mind already that it's going to side with the governors and actually inaugurate those congresses that are loyal to the governors. So some of the names you saw on the front page of the Punch there are just some of them are ministers, or they're all ministers here who clashed with either their successors or clashed with the governors of their state. But from what is happening today, they lost out. And that could mean a whole lot for the APC, because already some of the factional leaders are saying that they are not aware of any inauguration. Others are saying they are still in court. More are even saying that they will not recognize any form of inauguration. And some are determined, they're already in town. They are saying that, look, they're just waiting for these inaugurations to happen. So much confusion there. And at the end of the day, we'll still be here reporting what's going on. But most importantly, it is the March 12th, 26th, the date that they want to have their national convention that seems to be uppermost in some of these stories.
And just so we don't have any confusion, Emmanuel will have to let you go so we can take a quick break. Thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow.